I'm going to show you how to disprove Jehovah's Witnesses with only 3 verses from their scriptures. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using the NWT, otherwise known as the New World Translation. I'd like to preface that I don't find the New World Translation to be a reliable version of scripture. I actually find it to be quite dishonest and misleading. But for the sake of this video, and because I am speaking pretty specifically to Jehovah's Witnesses, I'm going to use your scriptures. And if you are trying to confront a Jehovah's Witness with these facts, I would use their version because they have a strong aversion to other translations of the scripture. They're kind of programmed that way to only trust the inerrancy of the New World Translation, so just keep that in mind when you are approaching Jehovah's Witnesses. We're going to start in Genesis 1:1. It says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." Keep all of these things in mind and listen closely because this is really going to be revelatory for a lot of people and a spiritual epiphany, honestly. Now, this is the next verse that to me was like, I just knew that this was proof that Jesus is God. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Jehovah's Witnesses do claim to believe in the inerrancy of Scripture. They do believe it's reliable and trustworthy and true. However, they do not hold to the belief that Jesus is God revealed to us in a man. They don't think that Jesus is God. They think he's a created being and that he was the archangel Michael, I believe, or Gabriel, one of the two. So Isaiah 44:24 says, "This is what Jehovah has said, your repurchaser, and the former of you from the belly. I, Jehovah, am doing everything, stretching out the heavens by myself, laying out the earth. Who was with me?" This is really, really important, this key detail where he says, "Who was with me?" Now we're going to go to John 1:3. I'm going to skip over John 1:1, although I do think it is proof that Jesus is God. They have a sort of allergy to that verse, and they will also say, it says a God, which is a topic for another video. But we're just going to skip past John 1:1 and John 2. You can read it though for some context, but the verse is clearly talking about Jesus. So, John 1:3 says, "All things were made through him," insert Jesus, "and without him nothing was made that was made." Okay, let's take a step back and look at all of these verses combined together, okay, or sequentially. Genesis 1:1, God created all things, the heavens and the earth. Isaiah 44:24, Jehovah claims to have done these things completely alone. It says that he laid out the earth. He stretched out the heavens by himself. John 1:3, it is revealed to us that Jesus created all things. All things were made through him, Jesus, and without him, nothing was made that was made. If we are going to read these things truthfully, we cannot come to the conclusion that Jesus is a created being and that Jesus is not God. If you hold to the fact that Scripture is inerrant, which Jehovah's Witnesses claim to do, you cannot simultaneously believe that Jesus was a created being. It says here that nothing was made that was made. If Jesus is a created being, he cannot have been made because Jesus created all things that were made. So this is clearly evidence for the divinity of Jesus. He was revealed to us in human flesh. And if you're trying to find a way to, break down Jehovah's Witness theology, very poor theology, they are clearly misled. These are great ways to do so. And I'd like to end the video by saying that this is in no way an attack on Jehovah's Witnesses. I have met so many Jehovah's Witnesses that are just the most genuine people, and surely they mean no harm. They are just misled and deceived. So don't attack Jehovah's Witnesses. Don't talk down to them. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm really just trying to push this out here because I do believe that they are deceived, and I want all people to know Jesus. I want all people to know the truth, right? So the truth in this matter is that if Jesus is God, we need to treat him as such because we are saved by grace through faith. Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So if we're denying Jesus' divinity, we're not walking with Jesus. And that, of course, to me is scary for people who deny Jesus being God. Because if you're denying him his role as God, are you walking with him? And if you're not walking with him, are you truly saved?